Hey loves, welcome back to my channel, and if this is your first time joining me, then just welcome. Hey, hope you're doing well. In today's video, I just wanted to show you guys a really cool project that I'm working on. I am making my very first crochet cardigan. Honestly, apparel is something that I've ran away from for a long time because I did do one apparel piece that was kind of like a mesh sweater thing, but you know, it's mesh, so it isn't really too much of a sweater. So I'm gonna call it like a mesh cover up, and I'll just put a picture somewhere. But yeah, I made that and it took me forever and a day. And after that, I was just like, I'm never making apparel because it's too much of a commitment. It takes far too long and I just don't want to do that. And somehow I found myself here making this cardigan. The reason that I'm making this cardigan is that it was my friend's birthday back in October. I know it's currently November. And by the time you're seeing this video, it may even be December.
Bombastic side-eye, criminal offensive side-eye.
But as of today of filming, it is the 17th of November. I have a friend who, from the time I started crocheting just under 2 years ago, she's asked me to make a cardigan for her. And I refused. I was like, girl, you've lost your mind. I'm not doing it. You don't know the work that goes into this. I'm just not going to do that. And for a year and a half, up until August, so about a year and a half, I stuck to that. I was like, I'm not doing it. But her birthday was coming up and I was like, okay, I have time to make this cardigan. If I start in August, I can be done in October. It's November. I'm not done. And it's honestly because I wasn't working on it the majority of the time. But here I am. So I decided that I am going to use this video to help me to be committed to finishing this cardigan. She doesn't know that I'm making it, so even if I give it to her for Christmas, she'll be delighted, honestly. But in my birthday card to her, I told her, your birthday gift is coming. It's still in processing. She just didn't know that I'm the processor. But you know, she'll be delighted whenever she sees it. I'm just hoping that it turns out fine. I am using a pattern by handmade on YouTube, and it is a crochet cardigan tutorial it's beginner friendly and it's a chunky pattern. That's what the video says. So I'll try and link it somehow. I've never actually linked something, so I hope I can do that. But yeah, so it's by handmade, very simple. My friend is an extra small, but obviously cardigans are meant to be a little bit oversized, especially here in the winter time, because you do want to put something underneath to layer it, all that kind of good stuff. So I'm going to show you the yarn and what I'm doing and how far I've gotten, because I have actually started. I just need to get done. Today's the 17th, which is Monday. I am hanging out with my friend for her birthday. So her birthday was in October, but I finally have like one-on-one time to hang out with her this week, Saturday. I was hoping to have this done for her on the Saturday. I don't really know how that's gonna go because my week is pretty stacked, but I think I can finesse it. But anyway, let's hope that that's possible. Let me show you what I have so far and what I still need to get done. I am using Wool Ease. This is their acrylic and wool blend. I believe it's acrylic and wool blend. Yeah, 80% acrylic, 20% wool. It's a size 4 medium weight yarn, and this is in the color Koi, Koi. But yeah, so this is what the yarn looks like, and the name. I have so far done the back panel, and what I really like about the pattern from handmade is that she does a trim. I don't know what this would be called. Anyway, the bottom ribbing at the bottom, so it kind of cinches in. So if you can notice that here, so it kind of holds snug at the bottom and it isn't just free flowing. So this is the back panel, and I am just I think 2 rows away from being done with one of the front panels. And that's all I have so far. I have to do the remaining other front panel plus both sleeves, and I think this has a trim around the front panel as well, like a trim around, and then I have to put it all together. So that's what I have to get done over the next 4 days. So let's just jump into things. Eye mask is on. It is currently 11:10 p.m. on Wednesday. I finished off the first of the front panels for the sweater that we're working on. We have lots to do. So I'm gonna stop yapping here, and because I need to go to bed soon, but I am going to get started on the next front panel. So to start, I'm gonna start with a chain of 124 and then probably do like a row or two and then just call it a night. But you know, a row or two is better than nothing. Chain of 124, and then I just did the first row, and that's where we're gonna end for tonight. I would like to push it and do like another 2 rows, but I need to be responsible and go to bed because I have to wake up in 6 hours. So I'm sick. It's January, I think the 16th. I've pretty much been in bed for the past 2 days, but I have enough energy to do certain things. Like yesterday we had a pretty big snowstorm in Toronto, and my roommates would not allow me to shovel. Thank God for them. But today I went out and I had to shovel because there was still snow. It snowed a little bit today as well. Did I mention that today is January 16th? Which means that I'm far behind with this sweater at this point, guys. Like, I'm so behind, like to the point where it's no longer even behind. It's just, I don't even know what to call it anymore. Anyway, I just want to give you guys an update as to where I'm at. My friend still doesn't know that this cardigan is coming for her birthday from October. So we're about like 3 months behind in this at this point. And this is why I don't do apparel, because it does take a long time. I'm just slow with crochet. I'm convinced at this point that I'm just slow. But also I lose interest. I still am interested in finishing it, but I, sometimes just want that instant gratification of a project. So let me show you where I'm at and then talk about what's been going on. Please do excuse the congested, and also all the deep breaths that I have to take as I'm speaking because I'm congested. So just to recap, I finished the back panel some time ago. So this is the back panel. And obviously it's kind of like, it's small at the bottom because it's going to be like kind of cinched in at the bottom, so it has that ribbing detail as well on it. But if you could see, like, it's kind of like a ribbing detail. So this is the back, and my friend is like an extra small. This is one of the front panels. I think I have both of these done now. Yeah, so these are both of the front panels. There we go. And then again with the same ribbing, not ribbing, what do you call this? I don't even know. That cinched in portion at the bottom, just so it can hug the body a bit better, so it's not just like floppy. I don't know how to call that. This is one of the arms I've completed. Now, there's a whole other thing with these arms because somehow this just feels like a very short arm. Like,
it's just that long. And if I were to put that on my body, like, that's where it would fall. Once I'm done, I'm just gonna steam it to stretch it a little bit because it does have like a little bit of a stretch in it. I'm not redoing this. It's just gonna be what it is. If it's a 3/4 length sleeve cardigan, then that's what it's gonna be. So anyway, I have one of the sleeves done. So I'm like almost there. And I'm currently working on the other sleeve. So I would say that this is the sleeve. I am a quarter of the way. I'm not even a quarter of the way there. And I only have 2 more balls of yarn. So I hope that I can finish this because I've looked in some Michaels for more yarn in this color and I just haven't been able to find it. So I pray that I can finish it. That's where we're at, and I'm gonna try and get this done by the end of the month. I think I have to take this ring off. So I have this really cute ring that I got from my mom. Um, really gorgeous ring, but the I don't know what you call it, like the prongs, that's the word. The prongs on it, it's not as close as it needs to be, and it often gets snagged in things like the yarn or in my hair. And I'm very careful with it with my hair, just so I'm not pulling out my own hair and the things that I'm wearing. But as I'm crocheting this, I don't want it to get snagged on it, which it kind of just did, which is why I'm taking it off. I don't even know if you could see that. Just there, where, there. Yeah. So we can't have that happening. Like, it started to deviate a little bit. I realized halfway through the sleeve that for some reason, somehow, I miscounted something and I was like 8 stitches down from my original row count. And I was just not feeling having to restart. So I finessed it because it's the sleeve and I can stain it, is what I'm thinking. I'm tired of this project as well. So I just started to increase one or two stitches each row for the next couple of rows, and it came back. So, a little finesse, a little finagling. And that's where I'm at. So I'm gonna finish those next 4 rows in a little bit, but I'm gonna take down these braids first because I need to take my hair down. And yeah, so I will come back once I'm finished this sleeve and when I'm putting it all together and then be done with this project. Hallelujah. I can't believe I can finally say I'm done crocheting the pieces for this cardigan. Honestly, I don't know what's taking so long, but actually I do, because with this cardigan I've been starting and stopping. There have been so many projects that I have done in between, like my own personal life projects. Obviously, there was year end, Christmas, I took a vacation. I crocheted a few things in the in between, not that many actually. I think since starting the cardigan, I crocheted the fall wreath for my friend. I made the Japanese knot bag. I made my iPad cover. Actually, I guess I didn't crochet that many things. I think I just stopped crocheting. So I'm delighted to be done. Let me show you all the pieces. We have back panel, the 2 front panels. I finally finished the 2 sleeves. I still have to tie in the end. This was the last one I did, but I have both sleeves. And now comes the fun part where I get to put them together. The crazy thing though is that I'm pretty sure I only have one ball of yarn left. Yeah, we just have the one. So crocheting actually takes a lot of yarn. My priority is going to be stitching everything together, which I definitely believe I have enough yarn for. But I believe that this pattern has a trim around like the inside seam and then, you know, coming down the other side. I think it has like a collar and stuff. I don't believe this is enough yarn for that, but we will try. So now we get to do the best part of putting this babe together. It is currently, should I tell you guys what day it is? February 5th. Bruh. It is a Thursday. I have some time this weekend. So hopefully I can get her done and get it to my friend on Sunday. I'm not gonna hold myself to that just yet, but I actually just need this to be gone because all of these pieces, you guys know that my yarn cabinet is not that big and I only have one bin that I'm keeping my whips in because I don't want to collect that many whips. But this is a lot and it's taking up a lot. I don't remember how many balls of yarn I had, but I'm pretty sure altogether this was around maybe 7 skeins of yarn. It could be 8, but I'm just gonna say 7 to be a little bit more conservative or a little bit more optimistic about how much I spent on yarn. But I'm pretty sure I had like, okay, to be optimistic, I'll say 8. I think this was like 8 skeins of yarn. This will be the most expensive cardigan she has ever owned. Not because of how much the yarn was, but because of my labor and the love. We can't forget the love. But anyway, I'm gonna eat dinner and then we will get to, I have to rewatch the tutorial to see how I'm putting this together because I know that I have to put pins in places to make sure that the collar is even and whatever. I'm gonna do that after I eat my dinner and then start putting her together and show you guys. I'm so excited. So maybe I'll get done putting it together tonight. Should I be that optimistic? I don't know. But I will try. I think it's like 8:30. So I think I'm gonna get back to crocheting around 9 and I should have about 2 hours because I'm gonna try and go to bed at 11. And we will go from there. Hey loves, happy Sunday. I just got home from church and before I jump back into this project, I wanted to show you guys what I got done yesterday. So I started making the trim for the inside, like the, what do you call this? It's not just the trim. I don't know what you call it, but the trim for the inside of the cardigan that goes around the neck and the inside portion. And so this is what she is looking like right now. The pattern actually called for a row of 10 and then you go as long as each of the stitches that go on the inside, which I believe is 256 stitches. So I have to do that for 256 rows, but I opted for doing 8 stitches rather than 10. A little bit because I was concerned about the amount of yarn that I had, which I know might be a little bit, I don't know, weird because it feels like it's a decent ball of yarn, but the inside is 50, more than 50% of that is gone. So I just wanted to play it safe, and if I have leftover, it's better than playing yarn chicken and having to do it all over again. But I think a row of 8 is good. Right now I have 100. I need to get to 250 something. So I definitely have yarn left over. And we'll figure out what we'll do with that another day, but this is where I'm at so far. So later today I'm just gonna finish this and then attach it to the cardigan, steam it, and then we'll be done. I'm super excited because if you know, it's been about 6 months because I started this in August of 2025 and it's February. So it's about time this is done and it gets out of my whips basket. So yeah, and then I wanted to show you guys like these little stitch markers that I got. Look at this. Let me see. They're like this with the numbers on it. I got it from Shein, and I think it's a bag of 10. So there's one that has a number 0 on it, but they're so good, very handy. So I'm just using them. Like, you don't have to use them in chronological order, but I'm just using them in chronological order so that I know which side I started from. So this is my 0 to 1. And then this one is the second set of 50 that I have. So that's nice for when I need to count and I don't want to keep going back and counting 256. Is it now 210? Is it now 215? Is it, So save yourself and just use stitch markers every whatever increment you need. And that is my crochet tip of the day. Hey loves, so we have finally come to that day where I can say that I have completed this cardigan. I just have two final things that I need to get done. One is to stitch the inner trim onto the cardigan, and then the other is to steam it so that I can stretch out these sleeves that are a little bit too short. So that's what we're gonna do. And I know I'm blending into my not floral, what do you call it? Fauna, whatever. I'm blending into my greenery in the background in this shirt, but I didn't want to change. So we just get a green screen type thing going on here. Anyway, so let's get that going. I finished off the trim a couple days ago, actually. So this is the trim I did, and this is said cardigan. I definitely have some errors that I'll talk about at the end, some things that I could have done better, but for the most part, I really like it. She turned out well for a project that took me almost 6 months on and off, basically. It's bound to have a little bit of errors because one, when you start and stop stuff, you mess up. But also when you lose the will to live as you're crocheting, you mess up. So this is her so far and the trim. So let's get going with stitching this on. I have about an hour and a half before I have to jump into a Bible study. And I know that I could get both of these things done before that, but I have to fit in stitching on the trim, steaming this, and then also eating dinner in an hour and a half, which I think is doable because I'm that girl who's always optimistic. Not that I'm the girl who can do it, but I'm joyfully optimistic. So let's get going. So I didn't get to steam the cardigan as of yet. I did finish putting the trim on the inside. I did mess up a little bit, which took me a little bit of time. So I had to frog some because I wasn't counting properly. I promise you, I have a degree, so I should know how to count, but whatever. I put it in and it looks great. I will steam it. I'm about to jump into my Bible study. It should only take me about an hour. And then once I'm done, I will come back and we will steam her and finally be done with this cardigan. This has definitely been my longest running project so far since starting to crochet 2 years ago. But it is gorgeous. I love it. Had this been in my size, I probably would have kept it because she doesn't know it's coming. So you can't miss what you never had. But anyway, it's not my size and I will give it to her because I did tell her a birthday gift was coming. So I'm gonna steam it. I'm going to, what do you call it? What is it? I'm gonna sew in my ends and yeah, I'm so excited to be done. I'm like so excited to be done. I'm also kind of debating, should I put a tag on the inside? But I'm not sure about that because with my iPad sleeve, I actually put a tag in it with my brand name in it, which took me honestly just too long. So I'm probably not gonna do that because I just can't be bothered. But if I have a sudden whimsy of energy, I might figure it out. I might figure it out. You never know these things. how cute would it be to have a cardigan with my my brand name on the inside, like a label? It'll be a Hook and Flare original because I'm not making this again. So I have the cardigan here and I'm gonna steam it. Usually when I steam things, I don't have like a fancy steamer. So I don't have the ones that come with, you know, the stand. Some of your steamers come with a stand, and I don't have like a mannequin or anything to put it on. So I just make do. I am going to put my cardigan on my hanger. I'm just gonna hang it on my curtain rod up there so that it's up and out of the way, and I can steam it that way, which I think will be great because this is how it looks before the steaming. Kind of stiff, like like a board kind of thing. Hopefully it helps to relax some of these seams. So I'm just gonna put this up here and in here. I'm gonna move my plant out of the way. This is Fiona, by the way. So just gonna move her out of the way so that I can stretched it a little bit too far, so that's in comparison to the other sleeve. All right, I got my roommate to try it on, and the sleeve is perfect. It's like cutting right in the palm of the hand, which is where I personally like my cardigans to, like, if I want a cozy cardigan, I want it to be like just there. I can't remember my friend if her arms are as long or if it's shorter, so I'm praying it's about the same. So let's continue to steam, and I'm going to try and get this sleeve to match that one without overdoing it. I'm not even using that much. My little steamer, by the way, I got on Amazon. It's called Bear. Like, I think there's an E in there. Or the Boar. I don't know. It might be B-O-A-R, but I think it's B-E-A-R, Bear. It's a cute little handheld one. I wanted something that was compact enough that I could travel with, so that's why we have it. And this is the little water reservoir. And this is all that I used so far for the sleeve, so it's efficient. You know, you don't have to get anything too fancy. We are done with the I never actually thought I would be able to say those words. You just saw me steam it, and this is what it looks like. So much softer and relaxed. And I just wanted to talk to you about some of the stuff that did not go so well on this cardigan as I was crocheting it. I'm not by any means an expert when it comes to crochet. I am still learning a lot, still experimenting, and I know that there's some people who will be like, why did this take you 6 months? First of all, stop shouting at me. It took forever because I was doing it on and off, and there was a lot more off than on. But then also I'm just a little bit slow when it comes to crochet. So this cardigan is, it looks big, but because of how it's done in terms of the cinched in portion at the waist, it's actually a small slash extra small because my friend is quite a tiny gal. Some of the things that did not go so well or according to my original plan was just how I don't know what this term would be. My brain wants to say cinched in, but like how narrow the wrists are. So if you see this, like it's pulled in some, but I wish that it was pulled in a little bit more so it can be like more of a cuffed sleeve. And right now it sits kind of loose, but that's okay. The detail is still kind of sort of there. The intention is there. But that's also because I think I made the sleeves a little bit too wide. Another thing that I noticed, for the most part, I think everything turned out okay. There were definitely some moments in here where I realized I was miscounting It happened in one of the sleeves. I don't remember which one. And I didn't want to frog it, okay? So I just told myself, I'm just gonna finesse it and make it work. I was like, I can get away with this. And I did. So, you know, it worked out. The one thing that was obvious to me a couple of days ago when I showed it to some of my other friends was the fact that I somehow attached one of these sleeves inside out. When you attach them, it gives you like a really kind of a seamless seam. But what I realized is that for my other sleeve here, when I attached it, I seem to have done it the wrong way around. So the connected seam is seen on the outside, as opposed to this is what it should have looked like. This is the inside of the cardigan. I'll show you where these two pieces join. This is where the two pieces are connected. So you can't see as much that seam. And I realized that like 2 days ago, ever so slightly. The regular crocheters, non-crocheters can't really tell. I think because I showed it to my other friends and they're like, it's okay. Which to me, it's okay. It's handmade, okay? Like, you did not buy this from someone. It'll be okay. It adds character. But you can't really tell. It's definitely just there and it blends in a little bit with, the sleeve. But it was too late for me to do anything about it. I had attached all the sleeves, I had stitched in the ends, and had cut off the little bits. So it's done. I am actually so proud of this cardigan. Like, so proud of myself for doing it and getting it done. This was a project that, as I've said multiple times in this video, that it took me a long time. So I'm proud of myself for persevering. This is definitely my watch is getting caught on it and we can't rip this. Oh no. Okay. So I'm definitely proud of myself for persevering in this project because I'm usually an instant gratification kind of person when it comes to my crochet, which is why I haven't yet made a blanket. But I have to make a blanket this year because, anyway, that's another video. But I'm really proud of myself. So yeah, this is my first cardigan, guys. But anyway, if you've made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for supporting and for watching this far. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any tips for how to go faster as a crocheter, then leave that comment as well because a sister struggles sometimes. But I really appreciate you guys for watching and I can't wait to see you in my next video, whatever that will be about, because I'm sure that, as you can tell by now, there's always some kind of antics going on. I am very much still a beginner, very much still learning, and I'm super excited to be sharing this journey with you guys. So until the next one, bye bye.